Hey, everybody. This is Aaron Hafel, the Show Buddies podcast. I'm sitting here with Joe and Rick from Left Lane Cruiser out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. And starting it off, what are a couple of early memories of shows for you guys? Like the first show you paid money to see? Your own money.
All right.
Yeah, I was like, that's a big difference.
So it was, I think it might be 7th grade or something.
Okay.
Believe it or not, White Zombie with Reverend Horton Heat
Yep.
and the fucking Melvins.
Dude,
Oh, sick.
At
I remember those tours going around,
So
and I'm
fucking good.
Fuck, like I think about those tours, and I'm like, now I didn't get to see any of them, but I don't know, I think I was acting too cool then, but yeah, that's a fucking good one.
Unreal, man.
Dude.
Unreal. It was at this little arena in Fort Wayne, War Memorial Coliseum, and just blew my mind.
That's such a good lineup.
Hell of a lineup. Yeah.
First time I ever saw the Melvins or Reverend Horton Heat.
Yeah.
Actually, that was the first time I see any of those bands.
White Zombie too. I mean,
Yeah.
and then not Rob Zombie.
No,
White Zombie.
Yeah, big difference. Fucking killer.
Fucking for sure. Oh man, what are you thinking?
Dude, I feel like I've been asked this question before, and I always strike out. I went to a lot of like Grateful Dead lot parties, but I didn't.
Well, that's
get
interesting.
in. I didn't pay either. So.
But seriously, like
That doesn't count.
you kind of like how you were hanging out in the parking lot at Dead shows.
Yeah, dude.
Right on.
That was where the party was at.
Well, I've heard that. I've never been, but I mean, I've heard that there's a good time to be had.
Yeah. I think the actual first one might have been that I paid tickets. I was probably early teens. It was either Rage Against the Machine on the Evil Empire tour or Fish on the Billy Breeze tour.
Oh wow!
And then shortly after that, REM on the Monster Magnet tour. Those were like, I think they were all like right there together.
Wow, REM would be that's a wild one.
It's a very, very wide, diverse.
It is.
You know.
That was when they had the sparkly suits.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
man. So Grateful Dead parking lots. Did you travel? Did you?
Oh no, like locally. And
It would just be
stuff,
like the
yeah.
Indiana shows, or maybe Chicago, or.
Indiana and like out east and like wherever I was living at the time.
Oh, okay, right on.
I mean, from like young age, like, you know.
You see any wild?
Oh, sure. A lot of nitrous. A lot of people freezing their lungs.
The parking lot balloon.
Yeah.
There was a venue called Deer Creek where that might have been the
I've
Rage.
been at
Was
one
that
of
the
those,
Rage
too.
show maybe that you saw there? Was it Rage and Beastie Boys
No.
at Deer Creek?
Oh, wow.
All those other ones were Michigan, basically.
Oh,
like
okay.
Cobo Hall, Palace of Auburn Hills,
Nice.
Chrysler Center up in Ann Arbor.
So you guys used to play like in high school bands, like
Well, a little after
Close.
high school.
Yeah, close.
Just barely out of high school.
wow.
Like 20s, early 20s, 21, 22.
Yep.
Rick was in a really, really epic progressive like heavy rock band called Mosier Woods, and both of us, Left Lane Cruiser and them, were kind of hitting the Fort Wayne scene at the same time. Like we were kind of the new young, band to go see.
What year is this? What were we
Early
talking-
2000s.
Early 2000s.
Probably
right on.
like- 05 maybe?
Yep. 03, 04, 05.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yep.
There were some cool venues in Fort Wayne. One of them was Columbia Street West. And it's now like an attorney's office or something fucking weird.
As
like
it
that.
goes.
That place was legendary, man. They had, they had bands probably back in the 70s and through the 80s, 90s, and had this thing called Moms, which was something like Original Music
Midwest Original Music Showcase.
Oh, nice.
That's right.
First original gig, like, for bands that weren't cover bands. It
Yeah.
was a big deal to get a gig. If
Fucking-
you just played original music.
Yep.
And in our town, like, original music was
Tough to come by.
But yeah, like the most, and still to this day, like the busiest bands are the cover bands.
Well, it's the same here. I mean, it's
everywhere.
it's not just Fort Wayne. It's not just Dubuque. I mean, it is. You're right. Yeah, it did.
Well, now it's tribute bands. Back in the day, there really weren't a lot of tribute bands, but now it's like it's less cover bands, more tribute bands. But there was a guy named Richard Reprugel. Got to give him credit because he was a guy that kind of
Sound
curated.
man.
He curated a lot of. He booked and curated a lot of those shows at Columbia Street West back in the day. And
Was the brass rail?
That was going, but it hadn't like picked up in a sense. It was still kind of a rougher kind of local, not locals only, but like
it was just like a little dive bar.
bands.
People go there. I mean, there were barely shows there, but people just go there and kind of sit at the bar and drink.
Sure.
And I mean, I'd been there a couple times before they really started having shows there, but I wasn't even hardly 15 or 16. Or
Did that pick up after the Columbia Street?
Columbia Street just shut down a couple years ago.
Oh,
actually.
wow.
Yeah. The place is going for a while. They redeveloped it into something cool, but it's actually there's no shows down there anymore.
There were bands playing at the Rail back then, but it would have been probably like once or twice a month, not like every single day, like 4-band lineups like they have right now. Like it wasn't a music venue at that time necessarily. It was like a straight up like the original cruise like local spot. So like there was definitely like they weren't going to let anybody just come in there and play kind of thing back then. And our old buddy Johnny Reavers, he got the owner at that time to get into PBR. And according to the story, like once they got PBR, like then it became like
it was over.
The youngsters started coming in there and everything was happening. And back in those days, you had to move the pool table and play on the floor. But now they got a stage, and I mean, now it's like total.
It's a place. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is that is like pretty much?
It's the like small club, like 200 cap and less type of room, and they get
because tonight it'll be your first time.
Next first time.
My first time.
So you'll be like, oh yeah, I'm familiar with this.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Well, you got a historic joint, man. The lift is epic.
Well, I mean, it's an old building, but I mean, any rock club has got good stories,
Sure.
For sure. So 2005, Left Lane Cruisers kind of, or early 2000s, you're getting going.
Yeah. We started 04.
04. So it's about 4 years before Alive Records comes and says, hey, what's up?
Exactly.
Were you pushing to them, or did they come to you?
They came to us, but because our buddy Mr. Chris Johnson.
Yeah, I was going to talk about him too. Absolutely.
Yeah, he sent them videos that he would come to Fort Wayne and film us, and then he'd send them like the footage and stuff or whatever it was like. And
he did recon. I feel for like so many bands. He's just like, you gotta love these guys, right? Come on, like
totally.
Oh my God, Chris Johnson.
Then, I mean, he would literally come in with like. I mean, it wasn't VHS recorder, but it wasn't shortly thereafter.
Yeah.
It was like, old recorder he'd set up on a tripod, and I mean, he'd film us. We were playing like my restaurant, so we'd be in like a tile bar.
Oh my God, bouncing all over the place. Oh
like nobody played there. Yeah.
Nice.
When was the first time you guys played Bayport?
Well, he got the barbecue there. We had already done like a bunch of Deep Blues Fest for him.
We had like he had a porch, right?
That's Weber's deck. That's close by.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And I think another buddy, Al Luckin's up there doing something similar to that right now. And Casey Weber, he still does that, but that's like a little further out of east or west of Minneapolis.
Okay, I thought they were kind of connected, but maybe not.
They're very connected.
Oh, okay.
Totally. Like, yeah, man. Like, even though it might be a little further away, like when there's a show, like everybody is part
that
of it.
scene.
Like that is the scene for sure. And KFAI records or a record radio station, Harold. I think Tremblay is his last name. He's a great DJ. But Chris would bring us up because he lived in Hudson, Wisconsin, which is right across the Mississippi from Bayport.
Yep.
And he would just kind of book us in bars on his own. And then he founded the Deep Blues Fest. I think 2010 was the Deep Blues Fest. He did that like 3 or 4 times. And I want to say maybe like I could be totally wrong here. 2014, 2015, 2016 maybe, he bought the barbecue. Mm-hmm. And then that was where the festival moved to the barbecue, and then on a regular basis, he had live bands play all the time, man.
Yeah, I remember the barbecue. I never got up there to see a show, but I feel like we were often on the same lists. Yeah, totally, like they're playing there, and then they're playing there, and it was always really killer when he would show up randomly.
Yeah,
because he would do that, and I can't remember everybody that he did that for. Maybe Black Diamond Heavies, I think.
Oh yeah, man. Real tight.
Yeah.
He goes back further with them than us.
Okay.
We were real good buds. They took us out on our first couple tours.
What when was the first European tour then? Because I was reading that there was a little bit of a kerfuffle there, like the little issue with the.
Telling them about it on the way over here. Airport jail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good stories.
We got off I think our first tour there was 09 maybe. Mm-hmm. Maybe 2010, maybe 2008. I'm getting bad in my brain lately. And our first tour, we started the tour. We had 30 shows, one in the UK and then the rest in Europe. And at that time, well, all the time, you still need work permits for the UK. But we got off on customs. It was our first time, touring internationally, and we didn't know to like kind of keep the whole "you're a musician" thing down low. And we were very proud. When we hit the customs booth, they're like, "What are you here for?" We're like, "Well, we're here to rock and roll. We got a tour." And they're like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, cheers, mate. Where's your work permits?" And like, oh shit, what are those? And long story short, we had told them the truth unknowingly, and they contacted our agent, and he tried to bullshit them. And so once the stories didn't match up, they're like, "You're done. We're processing you. You're going to airport jail, and you're going all the way back home."
Man,
so we flew over to the UK, sat there for like, and I had a lockable blade, a pocket knife, which is a felony in the UK. Like,
can't have
just a normal pocket knife in the U.S., right?
Okay.
Like every pocket knife in the U.S. has a
like the ones you
blade.
buy at the gas station.
Yeah, totally. Like,
dangerous.
It was not anything serious, man, right? But the dude pointed that out, like as he was printing me. He's like, "That's a felony, mate." Yeah, no, man, I didn't.
Fucking no shit, man. I'm sorry.
We're from America. Everybody has a knife, man. Like, come on.
So on that tour, when you do finally get back over and do it, is that a tour where you go all the way over to Russia and Eastern Europe, or
not that far, but Eastern Europe? We did Slovenia, Croatia, and Serbia on that tour. That was a good one. We got sent all the way back home from the UK, right? Mm-hmm. So we're at home, and we're kind of like a little pissed off at our brother now, our agent, who's the greatest, and he's a dear friend. But he calls us instantly. He's like, I will pay for the flight. Will you please come back? Because we have 28 more shows. Like the UK was just the one show, and we're at this point we're like, kind of burned, dude. But like, we still were ready for that tour, so we're like, all right, let's do it. And we went back, and thank God it was the greatest thing that ever happened to us, and began a 20-year or 16, 17 years now we've been touring Europe.
Do you find it to be a little more more welcoming than the States, or?
Oh, very much so. As far as musicians go, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like artists are very well respected in Europe. It's not like get a job hippie kind of stuff. Like, but it's also because everything is so different over there. I mean, their governments grease the wheels. They fund arts. They fund venues. Like all that makes everything just so much easier. There's associations. Like half your shows are put on by just volunteers that are have association, and they get everything running for you. So
now you did make it over to Russia, did you? How was that experience?
Oh man, I mean, I'd say that's kind of the furthest I've ever been away from what we're familiar with. It was great, but you definitely felt the suppression of the government at all times.
Well, I had a bunch of corny assumptions that I was talking with Matt, who he was in the military, he's served, but I didn't realize that you could vacation there if you wanted to, or go there
back then.
It's not that big of a deal. I mean, I'm sure now it's fucking weird, but
well, back then it was still especially for us, and this might have been just because we're musicians and prone to being dumbasses when allowed to. They wouldn't let us go venture on our own.
Okay, well that's interesting.
We could. There's very few places I've been in the world that were like that, and so is it
like your tour manager over there?
Just stay here.
You have handlers. This dude's name was Dimitri. He was real cool.
We'll bring beer to the hotel for you, but you're not leaving.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I put him through some hell, trying to find some grass, and I think I finally got a little penner. I mean, I don't know if.
Yeah, you're fine.
It's basically legal everywhere now. And I was going to step out and just burn it right quick in front of the venue after the show.
Nope.
He yanked me and was like, "No, you're not. You're not doing that right here." And I was like, "Well, dude, I got to, man. It's been a couple days, man. I'm hurting, dude." And he's like, "Maybe back at the hotel or something, but not here."
Do you not want to get caught here doing anything fucked up? Wow.
Dude, I had just barely enough for a hit, right? And I would get back at the hotel and I don't have any papers. I called the other handler and I'm like, yo, bro, you got a cigarette I can bum off you? And I'm totally like ruining his night because he's with a lady, right? And he's like, no, man, I don't. There's a grocery down the street. And I was like, cool, bet. I'll be right. I'll go hit it real quick. And he's like, no, you're not. I will go with you. This poor guy had to go, like, walk down the grocery with me. I get back, I roll up this Marlboro, I empty the red out, roll it up, right? Go down to the lobby. There's like 5 security guards with AK-47s. Thank God it sat on a corner. I went out one door, I lit it, I hit it, I killed it, and walked back in the other door, and they were all over me. But I was like, I got nothing, dude. Like,
wow,
it's gone, baby.
Wow. That is fucking...
back, had I known then, all the stories now you hear, like good old Brittany Griner and all that. Like, sure. I don't know if I'd have been as adventurous.
Don't even want to be fucking around.
Could have been Joe.
So how'd you meet up with the Black Diamond Heavies guys?
Once again, Mr. Chris Johnson.
Yeah.
First time. Well, we were signed to their label, Alive Records, so we were kind of label mates before we met.
Did you guys tour together a little bit?
After I met them at the Deep Blues Fest, the very first Deep Blues Fest Chris met is when we saw the Black Diamond Heavies for the first time.
Were they a two-piece at that point? Or was Mark
just John and Van?
Okay.
They were. Yeah, this is after Pork Chop. Unfortunately, I wish I saw them later with Pork Chop, but never saw the original lineup. But they just blew my mind that performance.
Yeah, it's something. It was something.
Dude. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And basically, I think because we had met, they had seen us at that festival, and we were both on Alive. Just kind of made sense to tour together, and they offered us they offered to take us out. They were doing 8-9 day runs. And we did a couple of those with them, and just learned so much about the road and road dogging, especially their legendary roadie, U.S. Justin. Everybody knows him.
Yeah, U.S. Justin, man.
He taught me how to eat out of a trash can properly and all that good stuff. He was great.
Checking dates. Oh man. I mean, it's fucked up, but it's for real. It's like there are those stretches or whatever where clubs ain't paying or whatever, and you got to either put gas in the car or put food in your stomach and
absolutely
fucking figure it out. It sucks.
Paying your dues.
Yeah, that's
right.
Got to do it.
So did you impart any of that when you met up with the 20 Watt guys, or what? Tom had already been kind of like doing music for a while then too. Right?
Oh yeah. Probably even more so longer than we had, because Tom was working in a lot of bands there up there in Wausau area for a while. I don't think that 20 Watt. Well, back then they were the Goddams, and I think before that they were the Mean Tooth Grin or the Black Tooth Grin.
Mean Tooth Grin, yeah.
There's Black Tooth Grins from Fort Wayne.
Yeah,
I always get them mixed up. And they were a 3-piece then. That's who we played with them first when they were the Mean Tooth Grin.
Okay.
They had a bass player, and Tom was real instrumental in bringing us into that area, Wausau and Stevens Point. And so our first couple of years with Tom, they just brought us up to Wausau, and we played up there. But then he got real focused on touring and hitting the road, and they did it like hard. And fast,
their tours were pretty massive.
Yeah.
And just for a small band, for any small band, it's like to go out longer than 2 weeks is like, what the fuck? I mean, that's
dude,
it's a commitment.
And he was booking it all himself, and still is now. He's great. We owe 20 Watt and Tom and Mitch and everybody just so much, man. We love those dudes.
Back to the Black Diamond Heavies, that you guys did that prescription. What's the
Painkillers record?
Record. So did you get in the studio and like write with James doing that, or?
Yeah, well, they were all covers, so it wasn't a lot of writing.
It was all covers.
It was just we were more arranging getting our versions. We had one rehearsal at Bryn's mom's house. I just remembered that. That's pretty fucking hilarious. We just jammed in his mom's living room right before the studio was already booked.
Okay.
That record was supposed to be Left Lane Cruiser meets Black Diamond Heavies. It wasn't going to be a cover record with called the Painkillers, but because the Black Diamond Heavies had split up right before that, Patrick at Alive Records wanted us to do a record with John and just do a cover record, because John was actively touring still then. I think Van had taken a break and was pursuing another career. And we just went up to Detroit and cut that in 5 days with Jim Diamond, and that was what that session was. We had a blast, a lot of partying.
So was it a couple years later then you do the King Mud thing?
Yeah, actually it was probably like 6 years, maybe 7 years later. And that was yet again Patrick at Alive's idea. It was kind of like the second half of Left Lane Cruiser trying to do something with the Black Diamond Heavies.
Killer record, man. I mean,
well,
thank you for coming through on that. That was a killer tour.
I think that was one of my most favorite recording experiences in my life, because just the whole LA thing, and my brother Van Campbell, he's just a great guy to write a record with.
Jackson. I mean,
Jackson wasn't out there. He was added to the band later. It was just me and Van in the studio.
Sure.
And then Jackson did all the bass from Louisville.
Yep.
And he was basically Van's pick, and thank God he did, because the engineer on that record was from Poland, and he was seriously trying to get some Poland brothers from Poland on it, try to kind of bring them over, and they were phenomenal musicians, but
I'm sure
they were almost too good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was kind of like me doing a record with Joe Satriani on bass or something. It's just like, it didn't make much sense. But they were great. They were great. And yeah, that's how the King Mud session happened.
Any plans on that ever?
Oh man, if in a perfect world, all the time. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. It's just these guys, getting all our paths together and whatnot. I mean, we did a couple U.S. runs, and we did 2 full Europe tours.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like us as the band was very fortunate to do that.
To even do that, yeah. It's
we're basically totally unknown.
Which is kind of, I mean, like honestly, like to be able to create like that and then put it down and just be like, that was the time.
It was, man.
Beautiful, and now we're done.
Captured.
Yeah,
you know?
Totally. Yeah, I'd say that, the only tough part is that band just never really got any attention. You know what I mean? Unlike Left Lane and the Heavies and all that. And I think it had to do with just the fact that it never really had time to pay its dues. Like you didn't. We were kind of launched out there onto a level that Left Lane and Black Diamond Heavies was already on. And the thought was that King Mud would just be able to come right up there and park next to us.
It's like, oh no, we got to fucking do all the work again.
Yeah,
God damn it, no.
Right, exactly. It's like we're starting all over. Shit. But it was great. And those guys are just beautiful human beings. So anytime, anywhere, I'd do that with them.
Well, tell me about Turkey Vulture. What's up with that?
That's a song just basically about running some FedEx routes on some country roads up back in northern Indiana. I was working for FedEx Express during the COVID years, and they always put me on the rural routes because I didn't mind driving 300 miles a day, because for this job you drive way more than that.
Fucking A.
So they were just everywhere, just vulturing, just devouring shit on the side of the dirt roads.
Old dirty crows.
They're definitely around. Man, I see turkeys like a motherfucker around here. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
We got a lot of them back in Indiana.
Oh, yeah.
They're always just, gotta love the roadkill.
So I don't know what to expect tonight, because I feel like with every drummer, the Left Lane Cruiser experience is a little different.
Yeah.
It's been different with Bren. It's been different with Pete and with Johnny there. A couple once or twice that he came through. Excited to see what this is going to be like. And that's what what I was talking about with Turkey Vulture, is that like it almost had a more, like it's got like a little more funky. There's always like a little funky element, but like there's been, Bren's playing is pretty funky. Pete's is definitely like brought in the rock. I feel like, definitely
brought in some speed.
I'm bringing in the metal.
He's kind of got it all.
And I'm bringing in some metal.
Yeah. And that's what we're excited about tonight.
The first double bass drum pedal in Left Lane.
Oh really?
Shit.
Be ripping it.
Don't tell anybody that. It's fucking sacrilege over here.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I do some fun stuff, and I definitely grew up listening to a lot of metal, playing a lot of metal, and also just a lot of progressive rock and just weird, time signatures and crazy stuff. So it's an honor to be playing this music with this guy, and we're writing some new stuff, like learning all the music that him and Bren and Pete wrote. It's been freaking awesome. I've been listening to it for so many years, but writing this new stuff is super exciting too.
Yeah,
we're throwing shit out in our little studio. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm stoked to hear Turkey Vulture live, because the groove is fucking. I like the guitar shit is awesome, man.
Thank you. Got a couple new ones we'll play tonight. Just be on the next record with me.
Yep.
Sweet.
Stoked.
Yeah, I'm real excited about that.
Well, guys, thank you very much for hanging out, and we're gonna get it to the lift and check out the show.
Thanks for having us, man.
Big thanks to you and the lift, man, because I can't count how many times we've played here, and you are an amazing host and promoter and booker and bar owner. Congrats to everything you do, man.
I do what I can. I can't do it without you guys.
You keep the world going around for people like us.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you.